What's up, guys? It's Chris. Welcome to VHP Engines. So, quick story. So, you guys know, or you guys that follow me on Instagram know that every time Speed Factory comes out with a new set of, or whenever they restock their no-notch rods, I always say, hey, look, Speed Factory stocked their no-notch rods. Might want to go grab them while you can, right? Because they always seem to sell out pretty quick, right? So about a week or two back now, I was talking to Alfred, and Alfred brought me a single cam to do a build for. Now, the initial price I quoted him was for the no-notch rods. Why did I quote him for the no-notch rods? Because I went to their website, saw they were in stock, and saw them on eBay. Felt pretty comfortable with saying that they had them. So we moved forward. I bought pistons, I bought the rods, and I bought bearings. Now, in timely fashion, the pistons and the bearings showed up, and they both came from separate sellers. So 2 days after that, when I still didn't get the rods and no email, I hit up Speed Factory. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Where are these rods at? I just want to get, tracking info. Oh, those are on back order until May. I was like, well, wait a minute. You guys have the rods for sale. Like, they're for sale right now. I even double checked your eBay and saw that you're listed them there, and that's the first time I've ever seen them listed on eBay. Oh yeah, we forgot to take them down. So, a little bit upset about that, right? This is a little frustrating. And then, of course, this leads me to grumbling right away about this fucking single cam. Like, damn, man, can we not find, or can nobody else in the world do this? Like, so it makes me think, like, why? Why would somebody not pick this up and want to do this? There's definitely a market for this. The VHP engines launched because of Vitara single cam build. It exists today because of that build. Because I never had any idea to do YouTube until I uploaded that video for shits and giggles just to see if it would get any traction, right? To this day, it's one of my most viewed videos. To this day, it is my most requested block when people hit me up for, a cheap budget build. But, also, I can't keep it cheap and budget for you anymore. That's why you don't really hear me talking about it or trying to push it. I'm always pushing K series or B series because you have to cut for all these rods unless you get it from Speed Factory. Because the guys who used to make no-notch rods before, they're gone. I don't know what happened. They just disappeared. And the Speed Factory took it up, but they sell out so fucking quick that, it's hard to get them. And then you would think that with them selling out like that somebody else might want to invest in money and get on that fucking bandwagon too. But it hasn't happened until now. I was running earlier and watching some fucking Humble Performance videos, and I saw their video from February where Alex was talking about doing a budget kit for the single cam and talking about doing no-notch rods. He was like, well, I'd like the feedback. So I messaged him. Now, I may have talked to Alex before. I'm not 100% sure. I've talked to Humble Performance before on Instagram. I've talked to Humble Performance before on YouTube plenty of times. I'm friends with Kenny. So I've always got the sense that I was probably talking to Kenny, even though that I know that Alex does have access to his social media. I just don't know how often he keeps up with it. So I wanted him to hear it because he's asking for feedback. I wanted to directly him to hear from me, to make sure 100% for sure that it was going to be him I was talking to. I DM'd him on Facebook, and he did answer, and that they're currently working on it, and they hope to have results soon. This makes me very excited because if we can get another source for no-notch rods besides just fucking Speed Factory, and if we can get the supply to be steady, I will 100% be pushing the fuck out of single cams again, guys. The single cam block with the no-notch setup for me is $1,200. That is the cheapest block I have for that kind of power level for sale right now. So I'm not saying to like rush Alex and throw more shit at him, but yeah, I know a lot of you guys that are friends with me on Facebook or whatnot. You guys have Alex as a friend or whatnot, and you guys comment on Humble Performance's posts. But yeah, definitely if you guys in the comments or their comments or wherever mention that, the fact that you're interested in the no-notch shit. I don't know how many people have already said that they were down for that. And I know Alex said that he was, that they were pushing to do this. But still, more feedback. If we can get more people on that bandwagon saying, yes, please give us no-notch supply, that'd be great. Because this would give me something where I'm be getting from Speed Factory, or not Speed Factory, but from Alex. You know, because another thing that got in my fucking craw about the whole goddamn situation with Speed Factories, man, like I bought from their website directly instead of going on eBay because I didn't realize they had, you know, as eBay set up. And I found that out a little later when I was poking around. But they charged me $30 in fucking shipping for goddamn for the rods. When on the website, when if you go online, they don't. It's free shipping. It's like, yo, that's some old bullshit, man. They got me, bro. So my first ever like actual transaction business encounter with Speed Factory left a kind of a bit of a fucking sour taste in my mouth. Now, not to knock Speed Factory because the guys are great and or whatnot, and there wasn't any kind of rude customer service. And I spoke to him at first. I said, hey, look, I gotta call back the guy. I gotta see what he wants to do. And then maybe, you know, can I get a refund if anything? Yeah, no problem. So I called back Alfred. We talked about the options or whatnot. And then we decided to go with a refund. Now, there's a guy on eBay that's selling a set of no-notch rods for $330. They're supposed to be brand new and missing the bolts. But the rods are face down, so you can't see the logo. And he's not answering messages. So I don't want to take a chance with somebody else's money buying some things that might not be the real deal. So, eventually I called back Speed Factory and I was like, hey, look, we're just going to get the refund, you know. But now I might be looking at reordering them again because reasons. So this is also not only just a shout out to, you know, for Humble Performance and their potential on coming up on the no-notch rods, but I would also like to ask the audience, if anybody out there, if any of you guys are happen to be sitting on a set of rods for the no-notch rods, and even if they're used, as long as they're healthy, hit me up in the DMs on the fucking ASAPness, because this block doesn't need to be sitting for 2.5 months. Like, it can definitely be built if we just get some rods. All right, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. If it doesn't, you know, I'll just have to, I'll put the pistons and the bearings on the sideline, put the block on the sideline. I have plenty of work to do, so it's not like I'm sitting with my fingers up my ass. I'm at a constant state of having a lot of work all the time. The bearings for the K24 are on the way, so I have the K24 to build, and I have both my cars I'm going to be dealing with here in the near future. So yeah, guys, if any of you guys have a set of no-notch rods that you're willing to part with, hit me up. And definitely hit up Humble Performance and let them know that you're very much interested in their no-notch rods. You would like to see them on the market. Yeah, and I'd like to see it mass produced, just like every other fucking rod out there for Honda is mass produced by so many different, you know, brands, and they're all good brands. Most of them are, a lot of good brands out there make these. I think that it's ridiculous that we only have one current source for these fucking rods when single cam is still a huge platform. It's a huge go-to for a lot of guys that are on their way up, all right? In the meantime, I'll just mention again that the website is up, vhpengines.com. Yes, the website is pretty basic, bare minimum right now. Also, you know, guys, how people advertise, like, hey, use my promo code, you know, for a plug-in, for a discount. Well, this is a similar situation here. Like, you guys, when you buy the Nippon Racing stuff through me, scat rods through me, you know, it is still going directly to Jesse and over at Nippon Racing. But you're helping me by getting them through me. You're helping the channel. Also, you know, just as another stream of showing them where pistons and rods are coming from. You know, I like to show that I'm still relevant here and I'm still making efforts, even though I still haven't got all the projects all my projects up and running yet. This year though, for sure. Hopefully in a couple of months. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and all social media links are in the description down below. Patreon, either 2-tier discounts you get from labor and parts from me. If you go to Patreon, all tier 1 and tier 1 members get a 10% discount. Tier 3 get a 15% discount. So please sign up to that. And peace. Thanks for watching.